Hi, and welcome to At the Movies with Adam Ross. On today's episode, I'll be reviewing Riddick, the third installment in the Chronicles of Riddick franchise. Now, you might be thinking, why are we seeing a third entry? After the second entry, the Chronicles of Riddick, set after Pitch Black, crashed and burned so spectacularly. Not actually that spectacularly. It made probably, $150 million. It turned they maybe made $8, on the budget of that film. But the movie was so broken in so many ways. People are like, why are we going to see a third one? But writer-director David Toohey has come back with star Vin Diesel and kind of brought this franchise back to its roots. And I have to say, this is probably my second favourite movie I've seen this year, and I need to qualify that first. Now, we've had this year so many massive movies thrown at us, like Pacific Rim, The Wolverine, these movies that promised that they would be, like the quintessential tale of what that franchise was. And so with lowered expectations, the Riddick franchise, by rights, has nowhere to be anywhere near the Wolverine. But the fact that Riddick is a better Riddick movie than the Wolverine was a Wolverine movie made me like it more. So it embraced the things that made the original Pitch Black really cool. It's got amazing cinematography by David Egby that did the original Pitch Black, that kind of golden hue. So you know straight from when this movie starts, you're back in the Pitch Black universe. And it's got this first half an hour, which is kind of Robert E. Howard in space. It feels like Conan the Barbarian, where Riddick is stranded on this awful planet where everything wants to eat him, and he uses his survival skills to immunize himself against toxins, to do all the reset his broken leg, do all these kind of cool things on this planet. And I thought, you know what, and it's almost wordless. Some have compared it to There Will Be Blood, but look, I'm not going to go that far and say that this is like Paul Thomas Anderson. But in terms of like just B-grade, science fiction rip-off movies, this is about as good as it gets. And I mean, the original Pitch Black was a massive rip-off of Aliens, and this movie is a rip-off of a rip-off because it's a rip-off of the first film. But if you like, sweary B-grade action entertainment, I think that most people will really enjoy this. There's a lot of science fiction tropes in this that are really cool, like the mercenaries in it. They drive massive Harley Davidsons made out of junk and stuff like that. Diesel is really good in this film, or better than he is in the Fast and Furious franchise, because Dom Toretto is such a stoic bastard and just is always like, oh yeah, I hate everything. And in this, at least Riddick's got a bit of a sense of humor, and he flirts kind of with people, and he even his threats in this are pretty ludicrous, some of them, but he always promises on most of the threats that he delivers. So look, I think that if you really like Pitch Black, go and check this one out. The only thing that some people might take issue with is this is kind of like a film of two halves. The first half is this kind of survivalist epic, and the second half is when these mercenaries land on the planet to hunt Riddick, and it kind of turns into this Predator-esque movie. Now, I reckon the first half is better than the second half, but taken overall as a whole, I still think that it's pretty damn good. So look, this is kind of ludicrous, but I'm going to give this one 4 out of 5, only because I had lowered expectations and I thought it delivered everything that it promised.